Good morning, or afternoon, or evening, or middle of the night. Whatever time you're watching this, may you have a good time experiencing either just my words and what you make up about them, or actually tune into the content of my words and see if you can actually feel what I'm saying. Not only hear it and then make up a mental construct that he means this, but actually see if you can tune in and feel it. And some call this process attunement. So I picked um, so I picked two cards for today, and hopefully it's hopefully you'll find it the way I present it to be okay for you, because I did pick a card for our masculine energy and a card for our feminine energy. And my perception of reality is that we, like the yin and yang symbol, in the masculine is an aspect of feminine, and in the feminine is an aspect of the masculine. And there's just cycles between the two polarities of energetics. So in order for creation on a human level to happen, there, well, it used to be there needed to be a man and a woman, and then they could procreate. Especially if they got some practice in, they could be, or somebody paid them, then they were procreating. And if they were not paid for it, then they were amateur creating. But most of us procreated. We paid for it in many ways. And so this was in the old world, this was how creation happened, was a sperm and an egg got together. The egg got to choose which sperm of the 400 million or whatever it picked you. So you can feel really good about that. Whether you're a man or a woman, you were selected by the egg of the woman to be the one. So you are the one. And maybe your parents treated you like that. Oh, my child is the one. The next incarnation of consciousness or brilliance or unbelievable creativity in the world. And so if you are that one, you're one of 8 billion ones. And may we all put on our thinking, feeling caps so that we can be present and aware of our connection with the larger world and what we might bring in through our creativity that may assist the world in its changes as we change. All right, enough of that. It kind of seemed like it was flowing, so I let it flow. I'm going to take this sesame seed off of my computer and set it down to the side, and later on it'll fall off the little table, and then later on I'll vacuum it, and that vacuum will go to the garbage place, and later on that little sesame seed will fall into the ground and bloom a sesame. And then you can say something sesame, not Sesame Street, but I think when they rubbed Aladdin's lamp, there was something about sesame as well. Getting kind of off there. All right, so let's go with the card that I asked the universe to pick for those of us in this world that would be helpful in terms of what we're working with right now in relationship to our male energy. And so we got the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups is about abundance. So whether we like it or not, we're working with abundance. So this is working with abundance right now, and you might have thought this is working with lack, but not according to the card. We're working with abundance. And this is the abundant communicating heart. The astrological aspect of the Three of Cups is Mercury in Cancer. Mercury is the symbol of communication at the top of the card. And Cancer is the astrological symbol located at the bottom of the card. And it's associated with nurturement or nurturing or the state of feeling nurtured. Mercury in Cancer is the ability to communicate the abundance of feelings that one has, especially the nurturing, positive, lighted feeling, which is represented by the golden lotus blossoms. That the lotus blossom is represented in another, I'm off the book now. The lotus blossom is what is representative of the chakras. And the chakras are seen as light. And they're different colors light. There's a red light, there's an orange light, a yellow light, a blue light, a green light, a purple light, and a white light. And then in the crown is a golden light. So Mercury in Cancer is the ability to communicate the abundance of feelings. This is for your male side. That one has, especially nurturing, positive, lighted feelings, which is represented by the golden lotus blossoms, whose pollen has totally changed into light and fills the pomegranate cups. The pomegranates are associated with the riches that we have experienced emotionally. Pomegranates were the rare fruits that were often given to visiting royalty in Greece and Egypt. So you are my visiting royalty. You were the one in 400 million that were selected by the egg to combine genetic forces with that produced you and me. Pretty amazing, really. That's, and if you're involved in races, it's not the one that necessarily gets there first. It's the one that's selected for its ability. I'm making this up, so get it. I'm making all of it up. Even when I'm reading it from the book, I'm making it up on some levels. So you were selected as the one that could be nurturing, positive, and lit up. I think they made a good choice. Okay, so that's the male energy card that we're working with currently. And the female energy, so our female energy, so we all have female energy. And for the female energy, we got Major Arcana number 3, which is the Empress card. So this is what we're working with in relationship to our female energy. Be we in a man body, a woman body, or a undeclared. So we got the Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups was about nurturing and light. And then for our female side, we got the three of the major arcana. So number 3 of the major arcana, which is the principle of love with wisdom and the principle of the Earth Mother. So our feminine nature has been given the card to reflect on about the principle of love with wisdom. She is a symbol of humankind's ability to extend love and to receive love. The Greeks referred to this symbol as Demeter, the Earth Mother. Mythically, this archetype is also seen as Venus, the goddess of love, beauty, and creative power. In Jungian psychology, she is the anima, the feminine nature. Behind the Empress, the moon shines through the veils that fall from her crown. The moon is the Western symbol for feminine magnetic nature. She is the goddess principle, or what the Orientals would refer to as the power of yin energy. Okay. The Empress holds the blue lotus blossom of wisdom as a reminder that when we approach life from an attitude of love combined with wisdom, we will resist the need to overgive or push to make things happen emotionally. Nor will we protect or hold ourselves back emotionally. The Empress represents the trusting, balanced heart rather than the controlling, protective heart. She gives an equal proportion to her capacity to receive and is as comfortable in receiving love as she is in extending love. The Empress illustrates the healing power of love that is nurturing, comforting, and supportive. She reminds us that love with wisdom is the capacity to nurture and support ourselves in equal proportion to how we nurture and support others. And lastly, we get from Scott Peck's book, The Load Less Traveled, love is the will to extend one's self for the purpose of nurturing one's own or another's spiritual growth. I think that's a good reflection on why I do these videos. Because my perception is, and it's just my perception, so I feel that I, and possibly others, have been born into a world with a history of war. It has a history of other things as well. But according to his story books, it was this war and 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 this war. These people had to move out of here. These people had to move out of there. These people got destroyed here. These people got destroyed there. People invaded, took over, and began reproducing. And then someone came over and fought with them and took over and started reproducing. And all of that activity from all the way back through all the lineage, the male and female participants in this process of birthing humans, came down to you. So we have history of unresolved. I'm going to just keep working with this we thing because I don't like it. So I'm going to not watch myself using it until I get over not liking it. Then I might say the we word. But I, it's my experience that the person who was my father, role model father in this life, um, my mother and her partner produced me. And they came back from the war, um, where they spent the war in Eastern Canada. Um, I believe that my father was a requisition officer. So he was supplying the troops that are actually in the war, be that could have been in Germany, could have been in Poland, could have been in Russia, maybe not Russia, but all those European countries that had been invaded, from my understanding, by Germany, and all having the effect and all having places where people were being executed, large number of people. Whether you were in combat or you were ordering for the troops that were in combat, you were affected by being, or I feel like I would have been affected by being in a war. And there we go again, it seems to me that there's just been war after war after war after war. So we've all been painted by that brush. Some people may have just gotten over it. Some people didn't get over it, and we carry that gene of not getting over it. We carry that memory in our nerve system of got to be careful. All those fears and griefs and angers, all those energies can pop up. So the tarot are symbolic for ways to work with what we're working with. And so we're working with here we go again. So it's my perception that I and others who have spoken to me, but I am in a continual process of having stuff come up. More so than ever before. The last 9 months has been amazing how much stuff has been coming to the surface to be released and integrated and made into compost for the earth of what future is going to grow from that. So the cards are a message. Love is what heals. We got the message from both the card that I pulled for the male energy in us, the card I pulled for the female energy in us. Both of them are threes, and both of them relate to nurturing, support, um, assisting ourselves in equal proportion to others to get through these times. So that'll be the tarot card for today. Um, Although I didn't set up a healing field, we're just going to leave it at that. And if I do a Mayan calendar reading, I might set up a healing field. Today and tomorrow are the last days of the 10 days of galactic activation portals. And in my experience, has been very powerful. All right. That's going to be enough for now. And it's been a pleasure communicating with you, whoever you are out there, receiving the words. And feel free, if the words touch you on some level, to just make a comment about it. And that just lets the energy just keep moving. All right? Be well, and may you get what you deserve, and may you deserve all that you get. Namaste.